Welcome everyone in the next session of Transportation Policy and Strategic Planning. This is lecture number 6. Today we will try to understand it how the national transportation policy for any country could be formulated, what important indicator or element that should exist. So in order to understand or start with our first slides, the basic purpose to formulate the national transportation policy in order to table or evaluate the existing transportation challenges and then also to the future challenges and then where you want to be. To set a target, like for example, vision 2030 or maybe vision 2050. So the kind of a set targets you want to achieve in each sub indicator of the transportation. Okay, all those parameters we will monitor it through short-term goals and then long-term goals, and then it will be evaluated through KPIs, which is the abbreviation for key performance indicator, in order to see that starting from like very rural project, from like very remote areas to the provincial, to the federal, and then to the international level. So uh, so that to make sure that all those projects are really contributing in order to achieve that specific national transportation policy of any country. So when we start with the formulation, so those are the 7 important indicators which we should include in our policy. The first one is about mission. Okay, so mission is actually a statement where any country wants to be in the future. Okay, and if we talk about mission, so mission is the action way, or like in a very simple word, that how the specific country or any organization want to achieve that vision. So that part is kind of a more theoretical part or like visionary part, and that one is basically the action part. Okay, action part. So if we are, if for example, if you want to understand the example related to transportation sector, so the that specific statement should provide a visionary statement as well as the unifying message. So through which we can express the desired for the outcome, so which should include all the stakeholder for the purpose to provide safe, sustainable, affordable, durable, reliable, environmental friendly, and then mode for all. Okay, so those could be the broader vision. So the third part is about the governance. Governance is very important element, so which shows the ownership and management of the assets, so that the how resources could fulfill the goals or the purpose in order to, so in a very simple word, it is the exercise of authority at the institutional level, so that to make sure that all those resources are utilized in the optimized way or effectively available asset are used. Okay, so just to make sure that is the basic purpose of the governance. And again, if we would like to understand that what objective we would like to identify from our transportation policy, so that in order to improve infrastructure condition, congestion reduction, launch intelligent transportation system, improve technology such as vehicle to infrastructure, etc. Advanced level communication, reduce delay. Okay, and then in the second part we have that how we can direct policy for each sector, such as road, rail, air, and pipeline, etc. That is very much important that the policy should be directed or the vision should be defined for each mode individually. Okay. And then the last part is about the implementation in regulation. So it is quite clear from its name, so that to make sure that the collective efforts should be made starting from the rural area in form of a judiciary, accountability, transparency to any major city, and then province, and then federal. So all those. So in order to achieve that specific vision, okay? Yeah. So now we would like to understand that what is the need for a national transportation policy for any country. It is very much important that we should translate or transform those ideas with the open mind, because with our transportation policy, we can contribute and we are already contributing to achieve and ensure the sustainable development goals. So your policy should be uh, kind of a reflective of the priorities of any state, which should defined in the kind of a various form, such as long-term goals, short-term goals, so that to ensure the sustainable development within the country. Okay, and the role of transportation is quite important in progressing, so that to eradicate poverty, to provide the kind of equal rights to access to transportation, so that they can build their career, they can go to the institution, education sector, health sector, do their own jobs. So this is how the transportation can actually build or can contribute to the sustainable development goals. And then we have the zero hunger. So zero hunger without transportation, without effective and robust transportation is not possible. So for example, if we take example of the mega of the very bigger area coverage countries such as US, Canada, and Russia, in India. So if they don't have the robust system, so how they can connect the east and west coast? For example, if any specific item is only cultivating and producing in the east coast, how it could possibly be reached to the west coast? So the food security and healthcare require to provide the sustainable transportation, so that youth can attend schools and they can improve their education, and it should also provide the safe, secure, and accessible transportation to all the genders. And all those the supply chain without reliable system is not possible without effective and robust transportation system, which is really contributing in the to reduce the to achieve the zero hunger policy. And then we have, of course, good health and well-being. Transportation also contribute to this objective by focusing to provide the essential services that how they can improve road safety, reduce air pollution, smoke, and also to kind of a determine or derive the less pollutant fuels as well. Okay, and then it's of course contributing to the affordable and clean energy as well, so that to rationalizing the usage and enhancing of the fossil fuel, the which is more shifting it toward the sustainable fuel system. So it's also support the transition toward the clean future energy. It will also avoid high dependency on the oil, which will increase in the price over the time. Okay, and then industry innovation and infrastructure is not possible without transportation. So we cannot transport the freight, the items, logistic without effective and robust transportation system. So it need actually resilient, sustainable transportation, which could fulfill all the requirement of the industry in the form of raw material, final packaging to the end user, and so on. Okay. And then we have the sustainable cities and communities. So access to safe, affordable, uh, and livable communities is only possible through resilient transportation model. And then responsible consumption and production. Okay, so that how it can take the integration of land use and transportation will reduce the requirement of transport vehicles and the other fossil fuels, and for the purpose to determine the other resources. Climate action is actually to strengthen the transportation infrastructure and services in order to reduce the greenhouse gases and to adopt, of course, the climate change uh, policy as well, mitigate the climate change. Now we try to understand the relation of the existing policy and how those existing policy could really contribute to our vision 2030. If you want to build a transportation policy for like your own country, if you are a planner, the first important aspect is automobile development policy. In 2010, 2005, in China, they launch a policy which is called uh, to buy a single car, you are actually contributing to the country economy. At the end of 2015, they receive 47% of the road trips were completely increased, okay, in the last 10 years. So now they reach to the very alarming situation. So the development policy means that it in that specific condition, of course, the local production were actually used by their own people and they were actually building economy. But if you look to the broader picture, they were actually creating the issues for the future. So that should be a clear policy from the any developed countries, that what kind of automobile development policy do they have? Uh, Either they want to encourage more people to buy vehicles, or they have the kind of a robust and resilient transportation system which could be launched in order to resolve the transportation and accessibility and mobility demand. Aviation policy is actually focusing on that how the capital and human investment in the operation and infrastructure should ensure the safe, secure, and efficient way to transport people from one place to another place. And of course, national transport, the environmental policy is important in order to reduce the NOx, the CO2, particulate matters, and all those issues in order to save the climate. And then we have the national climate change policy, so that how those transportation planner, they have their own policy, so that they can convert the engine sources from the regular fuel to the solar, more air, wind, magnetic, and so on. And then we have the maritime policy, uh, so that how much ports and shippings and hinterland you would like to build for to achieve your that specific vision. For example, if I give example in terms of Asia, Pakistan. So in Pakistan they have Port Qasim and Gwadar port, which is very much important. Through those ports, Pakistan can actually access to the Central Asia and all the European countries, and also, of course, to the open ocean as well. Okay. And then policy for development and women empowerment. Uh, According to the statistic from the Asian Development Bank in 2015, most of the women in underdeveloping country, they have 40% of the kind of a less access to the transportation. So this is very major issue. So the country should formulate such type of a infrastructure, such type of a operation which should ensure the women equal rights as well as the empowerment, so that they can access to education, shopping, they can go to the healthcare center, and also contribute to the in the building of the country. The policy should also focus on the disabled and handicapped people, and there should be international facilitation center, which should really contribute to your international policies. And for example, in the aspect to understand all those four important policies, such as trucking policy, railway strategic policy, and then master plan. So we have important project is coming: China Pakistan economic corridor, STEREC Central Asian, and then ML1, and then BRI, and then so those are the major transportation project. So for the future outcome, so we should have the facilitation center, so which really contribute and provide all the facility, so that to ensure the frequent movement uh, through the all the international borders. Now we are coming to our own business. So the national transportation system vision should be the transportation sector vision should provide a visionary and unified message, so that which should of course followed by all the users, stakeholder, operator, and so on, and which should ensure the safe, affordable, efficient, durable means of transportation. So which also ensure reliable access to like jobs, market, education, and and that specific service should be service for everyone. And then that should ensure the safety as well. Okay. So the important aspect of the transportation is to ensure the safe services within infrastructure, and also to the according to the international practices. It should be affordable. Okay, each and every individual should be able to kind of use that specific service. Okay, so in order to understand planning, so we should always not build for like higher class. We should always keep in mind the medium, lower class. Okay, and then we have efficient. Efficient means that how it can minimize travel time and travel cost and time. And then durable. Durable means that to sustain over time, and it should be environmental friendly. So that should reduce or that have to define the way through which the impact of the transportation system could be reduced. And That should be means of transport in order to provide each and every individual to use that specific service from origin to destination for his or her regular kind of jobs. Okay, and then to ensure reliable access. Okay, so whenever we want to understand reliability, so that means that how the essence or the important role of transportation is important to understand to connect the individual and their goods in rural areas as well as in the cities, of course. Okay, and then we have to access to like jobs, market, education, and other services as well. And then that should be for all. That should not be for kind of a that. So like in simple word, that should be irrespective of location, race, gender, religion, sect, way age, disability, handicap, etc. So all, so that should be the state should formulate such type of a policy, so which ensure that this services is for all. Okay, above all. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you can get back in the comment section. Stay tuned for more